Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your monthly reading for October 2025. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna jump right in, Taurus. And when I say jump right in, I mean we're going in deep, okay? Because October is all about transformation. Phoenix rising from the ashes of eclipse season. Now, if you are new to my channel, I'm going to do your astrological overview. Then I do your spread. Then I break it down week by week. I'll pull more cards. There is a lot happening in October. A lot that's not even on the whiteboard. It is a loaded month. You're going to love it, though. And remember, the blue asterisks are the best aspects of the month. And there's a lot more on the back. So, Taurus, buckle up. This is a month for you. I see what's going on for you. Listen, you first of all congratulate yourself because you made it through a bonkers summer and eclipse season, and here we are in an amazing month that's chock full of amazing rare aspects, many that we've never experienced. Several grand trines overlapping, and they're incredibly special. I'll walk you through them. But Venus entering her domicile. So you see Venus is moving into Libra. Remember, you share Venus with Libra, all right? And she forms this amazing grand trine. For you, it's like you're going to love this month. Jupiter, by the way, the planet of luck and good fortune and expansion, profit, wisdom, all of that is coming out to play and hard, okay? Remember, the last 2 months, Jupiter only had like one aspect each, okay? Each month. You're going to see a lot of Jupiter this month. And if you saw your annual forecast that I did for you for 2025, you know that we have one of the best new moons of the year, okay? October is going to be like a gift bag, yeah? That you get from that Marshall's event. Anyway, we're also moving past a lot of fire and air energy, and that's why I said we're plunging deep. We're going deep, okay? A lot of water energy this month, okay? A lot of water, which is emotions, it's intuition, it's compassion, but it is water with a splash of vodka because you're going to feel charged up. And you're going to go really far if you take inspired action. Not only is Mars in Scorpio all month long, Pluto is finally going direct. There's so much cardinal activation. I'll explain that to you, especially with the Sun in Libra the first half through Libra season. But this month, you are going to feel invincible. Indomitable for 3 reasons. 1, I just explained most of it. 2, October is a month of deep transformation, which, yeah, it's a lot of Scorpio energy. So a lot of just even purging, doing shadow work, and you're going to gain a lot of traction with what's happening this month, especially mid-month. I'm calling it a gateway, okay? It's a gateway of golden triangles. It's insane. And then 3, the prism portal. Don't forget the prism portal. It is that rare grand trine you've been experiencing all summer that put you on the path that you're on now. That's creating this brand new era for you. Okay, so that's why this is a month of transformation, because now you're in transformation mode, this new you. And oh, just wait until we get to November. Yeah, there's a whole brand new you. But you have to remember, with this prism portal, Saturn is conjuncting Neptune, sextile Uranus and Gemini, sextile Pluto and Aquarius, and Uranus is trining Pluto. There's your pyramid. This configuration that nobody on this planet has ever experienced. That's how rare it is. We've never experienced this, okay? But what it did, it made you that spiritual warrior the past few months, okay? I'll leave that video at the end of this video. That's what to expect for the next 2 years in your life. That prism portal, okay, for Taurus is right. So that's the thing. This is a huge emotional month, emotionally moving, where you are going to be changing caterpillar to butterfly. There is going to be a handful of squares and opposition this month, but you're already a spiritual warrior, a phoenix rising from the ashes. You're a red belt. Okay? It's going to be a piece of cake as long as you vibrate at that high frequency. And there's a lot of great energy this month you're going to attach to. Okay? And it's one of those long months, 31 days. That's a lot. All right. Now, here's the thing also for you, Taurus, just so you know. Oh, yeah. It's Scorpio season. It's Scorpio season. You catch my drift or no? Let me just tell you. Scorpio season for you, that is your 7th house. So what does this mean? This entire month, there will be an intensity of passion with partnerships, relationships, love, career, doesn't matter. Contracts, marriage, love. But first half, we still got all this Libra energy. Libra rules the 7th house. So you have a double dose of it. And then if you're single, we have a new moon in Libra, one of the best of 2025, as I explained. Let's get started. Wednesday, October 1st. And yeah, I'm going to be talking fast. I got to do all y'all. You can adjust. If I'm talking too fast, just adjust it in the settings. Okay. It's like a Loom video. Now, Wednesday, October 1st, Mercury square Jupiter. I've got to talk about this. Okay. This is, medium. Okay. Not a big deal at all. And that's because Mercury's weak. Remember, Mercury's in Libra, doesn't do that well in Libra, and Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. So, whoa, huge. Well, I got to bring this up to you, okay? Because Jupiter in Cancer rules your 3rd house, yeah? And then you have Mercury in Libra in your 6th. So there can be something here with colleagues. There can be something here with communicating with colleagues. But again, Jupiter always squeezes something good out of an aspect. And remember that because you will see some Jupiter squares throughout the month. That said, you could hear some good news. There could be something that, conversation that tips in your favor, right? But this is more just as you begin the month, this is not a time to be wishy-washy. Yeah? That's what Mercury square Jupiter is, all right? But relationships, marriage, contracts, home, family, those could be big themes for you here too. And it can be a little bit scattered, a little bit of over-promising. You got this, okay? So just use this in your favor, being open-minded. This is all about seeing the big picture. It's Jupiter, yeah? Now, here's the other thing. The same day, remember a lot that's not on the whiteboard. I didn't have no room. The same day, Juno, Jupiter's wife, Juno, who rules the equality and justice and balance and fairness in commitments and marriage and agreements and contracts, because she's Libra's asteroid, by the way, she's moving back into Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. You heard that I said it. She's Jupiter's wife. And so there is this really harmonious feeling. You're going to feel this shift into this sense of feeling more free and feeling that you can grow and expand. And it's very adventurous. And Sagittarius rules your 8th house. So that's Scorpio's home. So the 8th house is intense, sure, but again, passion, deep passion, and very transformative, and a big focus on partnerships, even building wealth, investing in your future. And you've got Juno here working in your favor. So please pay attention to what happens around this day, because Juno will immediately trine Neptune in Aries at 0 degrees. Yeah. So there is the potential of something really big brewing for you now, something romantic, something dreamy. Yeah. And we're going to come back to this when we flip this over. I'm going to show you something. All right. So just remember, things can get started for you right off the bat. Now, if you are a cross watcher, if you do watch for your rising or moon for your husband, Jack, or your cat sitter, whoever, all the cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, are going to feel this the most. If you have any planets in any of those signs, 20 to 24 degrees, you're going to feel this the most. Now, Saturday, October 4th, not on the whiteboard, right? Oh, it is. Okay. On the whiteboard, Venus will conjunct the South Node. And the only reason I'm really mentioning this is because you just had an eclipse in Virgo. Okay. So Venus conjuncting the South Node in Virgo. They're both in Virgo, trying to get this glare off that thing. You just had an eclipse. on the South Node in Virgo. And in the past, few months, you had the Sun, you had Mars, you had Mercury, all conjunct the South Node. There are a lot of things you let go. There are a lot of things you let go, especially in terms of things that bring you pleasure or joy and relationships and creative projects. And if not letting go, it's just maybe there's a part of you that it was for your progress, okay? It is a South Node. It's things that you're releasing, and it's karmic. It's all fated. So something fated happening here, okay? It's Venus. So something possible with love or relationships or a creative project or a creative partner that is not, maybe they just do sketch drawings and you were looking for, I don't know, Picasso, whatever it is got to go. It could also be a habit, yeah? Or the way that you perceive money, things like that. But being hard on yourself, that's the biggest thing of all. So a lesson learned in any or all of the above mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, will feel this the most. If you have any planet 17 to 19 degrees in any of those signs, especially Virgo, there's stuff you're letting go, okay? Fifth house, by the way, it is creative projects. So for a lot of y'all, it just may be something that you're working on. It's coming to completion. Okay. Now, October, and some of y'all having babies too. Did I tell you that? Okay. So congratulations. October, or with someone's coming into the family. All right. A grandkid, anything. Maybe a pet too, when I look at what's happened for y'all. Now, October 6th, Monday, Mercury moves into Scorpio. So this is pretty much all month. This is passion. This is I got your back energy. There's depth here. Remember, Scorpio, really deep, okay? Pluto's a ruler. Yeah, Pluto and Mars are Scorpio's rulers. This is very important to you because, again, Scorpio is your opposite sign. This is a month where you're going to be having a lot of communication, especially with Mercury here, regarding partnerships and relationships, okay? And contracts and legal matters and marriage, having ideas as well. So with the fact that Mercury is the mind and Scorpio is very psychological, it's forensic. You could be doing a lot of shadow work, all right? Especially when Pluto goes direct, okay? Remember, Pluto, ruler for Scorpio, and that's going really deep. That said, this is very, and mind you, for the rest of the month, Mercury in Scorpio is very detective energy, okay? Very probing. You gotta know. You just gotta know who took the cookie from the cookie jar. You're not gonna let it go, okay? Or who's under the scream mask. Oh, I gotta check. Who was it? I gotta check, right? No. Okay? There's gotta be boundaries, right? And remember, the only reason I'm saying that is Venus is still in Virgo at this point. Venus in Virgo, as you know, is very analytical. It's all about the details. It's like, yeah, I gotta know. It's that perfectionist energy. So please be mindful of this package deal that's happening, yeah, right now with Mercury in Scorpio, Venus in Virgo, because sure, this is all fine if you are working on a cold case, okay? But Mars is in Scorpio all month. Don't forget that. And this is rocket fuel, all right? Amplifying the energy. You want to be an internet sleuth? There you go. Perfect for you. Perfect, okay? But again, this is in your 7th house. So it can be a little much for the other person, right? Just letting you know, all right? There also is something here with it being contracts, legal matters. That's where it's good. That's when you read line by line. Yeah? New job, whatever you do, whatever. Marriage certificate. Is his name really Barry? Things like that, okay? And yeah, while the sun is in Libra too, again, Libra rules partnerships and relationships. So the fact that you have Venus and Virgo in your 5th house of love and relationships, like soulmate energy, do you see this is a 3-way thing for you, all right? So having a big microscope on relationships, having really strong eye contact, That's what I'm talking about. All right. That type of vibe. Just trust your intuition. All right. And that, to be honest, Mercury and Scorpio is intuition. Scorpio is intuition. So trust your intuition. Okay. Now, actually, Taurus, just to let you know, I want you to think about October 2023. What happened for you? What happened between October 28th to Halloween when it came to partnerships, relationships? Were you being a little Scooby-Doo about something? Or contracts or marriage or legal matters? Because there is, what are the chances this was the exact same configuration in the sky back then? Anyway, what a fun month for you. Now, right around midnight on that same day, we have the full moon in Aries, 14 degrees. I can't remember the last time we had a nighttime full moon, by the way. But now I want you to think about the end of March. This is a little bit more for you, like, okay. And when I say that is because Aries rules your 12th house. And so it's really nebulous. It's like infinity. Okay. Very spiritual though. So that's really great. But what happened at the end of March, remember, it was that once a lifetime planetary alignment that we've never experienced at that time. Remember, that's when it was really putting together that prism portal. Remember that wave that was pushing you into the prism portal over the summer. And that's when we had the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. And so there's something here that's culminating from that time. Again, it is your 12th house. So there just may be something, it may be something spiritual. It may be something in terms of healing. Could be something really like healing in terms of something with a subconscious. That is the 12th house. The lower expressions of the 12th house would be isolation, self-sabotage, hidden enemies, things like that. It is a full moon. So there could be an element of maybe there are some people that you thought were on your side supporting you. Maybe they're not. And now you know. I actually like this full moon. It's an Aries full moon. Remember, Aries, you always want to remember initiator. That's the Aries energy, the very first zodiac. Astrology wouldn't exist without Aries, right? So this is go-getter energy, entrepreneur as well, initiator. There's something ending here too. It is a full moon or a turning point. And again, it's very spiritual for you. So there could be just this moment of clarity that you have. That's really, 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 really nice. And the 12th house is, things happening behind the scenes for you. All right. So, but focus on you. All right. Aries energy is all about me, right? It's me. And it is a Mars ruled full moon. Mars rules both Aries and Scorpio. There's a little bit of feist, but anyway, the timing is really great because things are about to get really spicy. So you want to clear things anyway. By the way, cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn will feel it the most. Planets 12 to 16 degrees in your chart. And any other signs, you will feel it, especially Aries, right? All right. Now, Tuesday on the 7th, we've got Mercury square Pluto in Aquarius. So I will go ahead and tell you right now, Taurus, that you will be impacted by this greatly, just like Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo, all the fixed signs. This is happening at 1 degree. It's strong, and there could be some kind of new type of drama. It's Mercury and Pluto. But here's the thing. Pluto is Scorpio's modern ruler. Yeah. So Pluto's bringing that intensity. Remember, Scorpio, just to let you know, sure, emotional and passionate, but Scorpio is the scorpion and does have a stinger. And this is fixed energy. Like they're in a staring contest. No one's budging. So this is a day because it's Mercury and Pluto. Be very mindful about how you speak, what you think. Remember, everything is energy, including the thoughts in your head and the words that come from your mouth. You want to vibrate at that high frequency because this can be emotional. And Scorpio energy, I will just remind you, Taurus is deep. And modern ruler Pluto looking at Mercury saying, hey, bro, you're in my house. So there can be a little bit of a squeeze here for you with partnerships, relationships, friendships, even Pluto and Aquarius, as well as career. Rules your 10th house. So there could be something here with like a boss or an employee. All right. There is going to be a little bit of a squeeze. You might remember that internet sleuth, truth seeking energy with Mercury in Scorpio. Well, in this square, Pluto being ruler of the underworld, going really deep, there could be something here again with you doing some shadow work. There could be some things that that's coming to the surface, but also, yeah, not seeing eye to eye with some people where you're seeking something true from them. All right. And it may also, there may be something intimate here, that it is Scorpio energy. Yep. So keep that in mind, because this is going to also be like mind games. And do not forget, Mars is in Scorpio too. And Mars is martial. He's wearing a bomber jacket, a leather jacket, or whatever you call it. I don't know fashion. But this is strong. It can bring up jealousy even. Like, who's got the best nails? Yeah. Remember, Mars in Scorpio can hold a grudge. Yeah. So that's why I am really harping on this, because I don't think they're going to redo the season finale of Game of Thrones. So we've got to we got to figure out how to work with that energy, right? So here, be very mindful. It's going to affect the fixed signs the most. Go with your intuition. That's Mercury and Scorpio. Okay? And Pluto's power. So powerful words could be spoken. The good news is Wednesday, October 8th, you have Venus sextile Jupiter. This happens twice a year. This is love, money, creativity, luck, abundance, expansion, wisdom, all that wrapped into one. So you have the two benefic planets and a very harmonious aspect, a sextile. This is window of opportunity, where Jupiter is, again, exalted in Cancer. So this is really, really special. And that's why if you're mindful on the 7th, on the 8th, you've got this, because Jupiter in Cancer rules your 3rd house. That's Mercury's home. So do you see how there's something here where you could get really great news? You could make a really big announcement. There's a great conversation, really good for maybe even like negotiating something that you're seeking, or even selling, launching a business. A lot of writing here. Yeah, with Jupiter and Cancer in your 3rd. Don't forget that Venus is still in Virgo, right? So that's your 5th. Okay. Maybe something here with a creative project or self-expression, or with children, or with family, or your significant other. Things that just bring you pleasure and joy, as well as hobbies. All right. It is so nice that it's happening on Wednesday, because it's a strong aspect. You feel it days before, days after. So it kind of brings this protective glow, right? And optimism to the whole week. So really, really love this for you. You're definitely going to feel this in home and family, but communication, family is a big thing. Relatives, that's a big thing. You may even hear from someone that you're like, oh, I'm excited to hear from you, Marty. Anyway, here's the other thing. Okay? The August 12th, with the Venus-Jupiter conjunction, this is part of that story. So what happened for you around that time? What seeds did you plant? Because there's something unraveling now. And this is, again, when I say window of opportunity, think of it as a window of something that's growing for you, something expanding for you. Okay? You're going to see some traction. And so savor this week. A really, 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 well, we'll talk more about it next week, your weekly forecast. Saturday on October 11th, you have Venus opposite Saturn. This can have okay, just a little bit of a hard edge. And Venus being in Virgo, sure, it can be over analytical and nitpicky, but remember, it can be you being hard on yourself. All right. It's warrior energy, not like Braveheart, like when's he coming home? Like, you know, warrior energy, okay? And Saturn, it's an opposition with Venus. Saturn is very like talk to the hand, yeah? He's going full hard knocks here. Saturn, the authority, Saturn bringing delays and restrictions and reality checks and life lessons. In love, it's Venus. In love and relationships and money and your creative projects. Okay, so bear that in mind. There may be something here with friendships too. Saturn being back in Pisces in your 11th house, or a group you belong to, or community, something that has to do with social media as well for you. Actually, this entire week, there may be something here with social media, or advertising, PR, branding yourself. Yeah. The other thing is, and your local community, there may be something, but it really, there's something, it's almost like there's just a little bit of a roadblock that you just have to work with, okay? Or work around. And not to like, whatever, but the moon will be in Gemini, squaring Saturn as well. Gemini rules your second house. So there honestly may be something here with like money that you're worrying about because you're getting married and it's, you know, you're thinking about your future. Like, should we spend the $2 million on a wedding or should we just do it in our backyard? Like, there just may be something here. Just stay cheerful. Moon in Gemini is cheerful. It's stimulating. Yeah. All right. You still got Venus, sextile Jupiter protecting you. A lot of mutable energy, which is being flexible and adapting, okay? But just be social. You never know what doors can open up for you when you're... Remember, Uranus is in Gemini, and we're about to get into it, okay? Surprises, right? So, anyway, at the end of the day, there is still structure and stability and long-term commitments for you. This day, Saturn is just saying, how much do you want this, okay? Keep that in mind. You're going to feel this Thursday to like Monday. Now, mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, feeling the most. If you have planets 25 to 29 degrees in any of those signs, yeah, especially Pisces and Virgo, you'll feel it. Now, Monday the 13th, yeah, so this is it. Okay, this is when the gateway opens. All right, are you ready for the gateway? This is a loaded day, all right? And when I say gateway, I'm gonna let you know. We're about to have 3 grand trines. Those are supportive. They're harmonious. They have the nature of Jupiter. They work in your favor. And with Mars and Mercury and Scorpio just amping you up, you're gonna really knock things out of the park. Okay, you're gonna see your life begin to transform. But remember, you have to take that action, okay? You have to take inspired action. Please do not weekend at Bernie's the rest of the month. Now, on this day, Monday, you do have Venus moving into Libra. So Venus, as you know, because Venus is your ruler too, this is love, this is money, this is beauty, creativity, harmony, what your heart desires. She's at home in Libra, emphasizing the finer things in life. It's social, it's fun, it's like having brunch with Miss Piggy. This is for the rest of the month, Venus in Libra, okay? Blessing you, right? Libra rules your 6th house. So your everyday activities and work and your colleagues and your lifestyle and health, amazing, and pets. At the same time, you have Mars and Scorpio all month too. So you got the power couple. You got the power couple and their domiciles and their happy places. You're going to feel mountains being moved for you, especially when it comes to, again, your everyday activities, but also partnerships, contracts, intimacy, commitments, investments, and your transformation. Because you see Pluto is officially going direct in Aquarius after being retrograde since May. And it's just like you feeling like a bear after hibernating, okay? This is liberating. It's power. Pluto's power and empowerment. Those salmon in the river better swim fast. You are gonna, right? So we'll talk more about your weekly forecast, but this is all about your transformation. Especially in career. Remember, Pluto in Aquarius, that's your 10th house. Career, fame, like Robert Pattinson level. He's a Taurus. It's also achievements and honors. It's very public facing. So even if you're not here for career, it's just like, what are you exerting your energy into that you want to be known for? Well, you're about to feel very empowered. Remember, Pluto is still out of bounds. Yeah. You're gonna get what you want. Now, another thing that's happening, we'll talk about another time, because I wanna flip this over and show you what is happening the second half of the month. All right? You ready? Taurus? Let me see. All right, Taurus. So Tuesday on the 14th. Well, let me do a time check. Okay, Tuesday on the 14th. You got Venus in Libra. That's going to trine Uranus in Gemini. That's rare. Happens once a year. Okay. And then Venus trining Pluto in Aquarius. That only happens twice a year. And that's Venus trine Pluto is deep. That's going in the trenches of your passions. Like, where is the exit, right? And Venus in Libra, your 6th house, Pluto in Aquarius, your 10th house. You see, work and career. Venus is money. There's something really big happening for you, because Venus trine Uranus in Gemini. Uranus in Gemini rules your 2nd house of, what did I say earlier? Money, salary, income, finances. And remember, Uranus is trining Pluto. So you actually have a grand air trine here with Venus that nobody on this planet has ever experienced. Because remember, it's been 84 years since Uranus has been in Gemini, 250 years with Pluto in Aquarius. So very special. And there's a lot more happening that we'll talk about in your weekly forecast, but just know this is your big break. It's your big breakthrough when it comes to money and love and relationships, especially like career. It's huge. Or fame. But love is a big thing still. It's huge. You are with Uranus and Pluto, by the way, strongly active right here. These are your breakthroughs, breakthrough moments, surprises, sliding door moments, your chance encounters too. In love and marriage and contracts, agreements, but also your future hopes and wishes and dreams. Your North Node is in Pisces. We're going to talk about that in a second. Saturn still conjuncting Neptune, bringing reality to your dreams. And then Venus and Pluto, that trine, oh my goodness, that is a feel-good intensity. That's like euphoric. That's insane. But again, for you, a lot of that will be having to do with work and career and fame. You're going to be famous, all right? Or you're going to be wanting it, right? You're going to like getting that attention that you deserve. Because remember what I said, it's recognition and honors. And Pluto, by the way, being out of bounds, remember, you're seeing his rebellious side too. And like James Dean, okay? That's what I mean. So you are going to be doing you no matter what. You're not letting anything get in your way of your transformation, Pluto's transformation, all right? And so if you are single too, by the way, go get him. Go get him. And you're going to feel this all week. Now, you do see that Jupiter is trining Saturn. What is happening? This we have not had since 2014. But we'll talk a lot more about this in your weekly forecast. This is part of the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction that started in 2020, but it's a little different, all right? Well, these two planets are going to perfect November 1st, yeah? But at this point, they're only 2 degrees apart, so you just start feeling it now. And you feel the buildup, and it lasts through November because Jupiter will go retrograde. And so anyway, Saturn, this is a trine. So Saturn is actually working for you. He's doing everything to help you out at this time. He's like the random guy on the street that helps you parallel park. Right? Just, it's so, it comes out of nowhere. And this just means that that structure, that stability, success, recognition, all of that to your long-term goals and commitments and even like wealth. I mean, you've got Jupiter exalted in Cancer, trining Saturn and Pisces in your 11th house of your future hopes and long-term goals and wishes and dreams. What? So we will talk about this more in your weekly forecast. Again, this is going to be a bonkers month. And 11th house, remember, even your friendships, your social network. So I would not be surprised if you do make a really big grand announcement or if you hear really big news. It is Jupiter in your third. Or if you launch a big campaign that brings you a lot of success. I mean, there's just so much happening here. Travel may be a big thing for you too. Okay. So who's going to feel this the most? It will be air signs, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you have any planets 0 to 3 degrees, Jupiter trine Saturn, it'll be the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, planets 24 to 26 degrees in those signs. But everyone is going to feel everything here. It hits all the modalities, everything, okay? October 16th, the sun will square Jupiter. So, again, not a big deal. This is just expanding your worldview. We'll talk about it more later, okay, in your weekly forecast. And then I wonder if I should tell you this. I'll tell you. Saturday, October 18th, we do have the bending of the nodes with Mars in Scorpio with the North Node, South Node. Yeah. At the same time, Jupiter is trining Saturn. So there's a huge karmic activation here. When it comes to your partnerships and relationships and contracts and your future, there's definitely something that may be signed around this time. And then October 19th, this is actually a bigger deal. October 19th, Mercury will conjunct Mars in Scorpio. So why is this a big deal? Well, buckle up, okay? Buckle up. This is high frequency, but like an intensity to that high frequency with your passions. And it can be pretty emotional, emotionally moving, as I say. This is in your 7th house, partnerships, relationships, marriage, and contracts. Remember, the 7th house is just 1-on-1. So it can be like your relationship with your private driver. Yeah. A relationship with your wedding planner. Whoever, yeah, with Miss Piggy, whoever. Mercury is the mind, right? Scorpio, there's that depth. Mars, not only drive and ambition, but physicality too. You're gonna really get things done. That's what this is, okay? This is Jamie Lee Curtis saying, not today, Michael. I got 6, 7 more sequels in me. No, not today, not today. All right. And you already have the air trines, the water trines. You have all of that happening for you. Again, Jupiter trine Saturn alone for you. The fact that you and only you have Saturn in Pisces in your 11th. Your future. Okay. The things that you want, your dreams. It's and that's Saturn's home, by the way. Saturn rules Aquarius and Capricorn. So it's just like, wow, something here is just built to be long lasting for you. This Mercury conjunct Mars, it literally is that phrase. You can do anything you put your mind to. All right. It is sharp. It's fierce. It's passionate. This is you getting the job done. This is you getting all Aaron Brockovich. Because what's happening, and remember, this is for the entire month, and I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of those in October. This conjunction is stimulating your passions into ideas, into your dreams and your vision, your legacy. But this is Mars. What did I say earlier? Mars in Scorpio. So this is you actually putting in the work, putting wheels in motion, like getting things done. And sure, Mars and Mercury, they're merging their energies now. That's when you'll feel this, but it is all month long. They're traveling together all month in a very passionate sign and a sign of transformation. So you are going to see a lot of changes with your relationships and marriage and contracts. And the other thing is like, yeah, it can be like, there is that intensity, but remember Venus and the Sun are in Libra, bringing that diplomacy and peace, and even Juno in Sagittarius at this point will be trining Ceres and Aries. So really love this, really love this. And there will be, another bending of the nodes. We'll talk about it in your weekly forecast. Oh gosh. And then honestly, so part of this gateway, this day, you will have the moon in Libra. And therefore, the moon in Libra, the moon just entering Libra, right, will be trining Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. This is insane. This is that it's part of this huge gateway, but a gateway to the new moon in Libra that you see coming up. But why is this such a big deal? Because this is activating your 6th house of work, your 10th house of career and fame, and your 2nd house of salary and money. And so huge. And there's a lot of, it's a grand trine where the theme would be like the truth will set you free. There's a lot of breakthrough energy here. And if you're not here for career work, that's fine. It's still love and relationships with the moon in Libra. Okay. So this is enormously special, and Uranus is very active. So yes, this is your breakthrough. This is your awakening. This is you being your authentic self, but this is also those surprise, unexpected, cool moments. All right. So the other thing is, I'm going to just tell you, Taurus. I'm only going to tell a couple signs. Mercury does go into shadow this day. So bear that in mind, because Mercury will go retrograde next month. All right. So Mercury's just kind of dipping his toes into that retrograde at this point. Not retrograde, just dipping toes. So who is going to feel this the most? Mercury conjunct Mars in Scorpio. Well, it would be you, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. I am throwing in Virgo, Cancer, and Pisces. If you have any planets 16 to 21 degrees, but at this point, you're going to feel it the most. But again, everyone's going to feel this. It's so strong. Now, Tuesday, the 21st, look at what happens. You go straight into the new moon in Libra, 28 degrees. And this is around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's my time, New York City time. This is a Venus-ruled new moon. She's in her chariot. This is happening in Libra. So there's an element of a huge focus, new beginning, new opportunity with relationships and partnerships. This is highly romantic. But remember, Libra rules your 6th house. So there's also something here that's changing your day-to-day life, your lifestyle, your work routines as well. Okay? This is going to be a big one. Contracts and pleasures, right? So, and I'm finding peace and harmony and justice through it all. This is a new moon for the history books, because at this point, you have Mercury conjunct Mars. You have the gateway of that grand air trine. You have Jupiter trine Saturn, but Jupiter trine Saturn is forming a grand water trine with Mercury in Scorpio. So there's something to be said for you. Will you sign something or agree to something around this time that's brand new for you? Most likely, Taurus, most likely. Will it be stable? Will it be something that's enduring and long lasting? Oh, yeah. You got Saturn trine Jupiter. I mean, in your third house. And there's a huge opportunity. There's a huge door opening for you here. And it can be, again, deeply emotionally moving as part of your transformation. And remember what I said from day one, right? October 1st. Pay attention to what happens around that time. Well, at this point, you may seal the deal for anything that you began around that time with a relationship or a contract, because Juno, now in Sagittarius, right, will sextile Venus in Libra. And so Juno and her husband, Jupiter, they're creating this very optimistic future for you, okay? This is an amazing new moon. And remember, Juno just happens to be Libra's asteroid. So you see all the connections that are just lining up here. It's bonkers. And what else is bonkers is I don't have it. Where'd my coconut water go? All right. So, yeah. So I'm very excited for you. There's something really big happening for you. Really big happening for you. Now, who's going to feel this new moon the most? Well, it'll be the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you have any planets 27 to 29 degrees in any of those three signs, you are going to feel it the most, okay? But remember what I said, all the modalities are activated. Everyone's going to feel this strongly. Now, Wednesday, October 22nd, or Tuesday, the 21st, depending on where you live, you have Neptune moving back into Pisces. We'll talk about in your weekly forecast. Again, this is, remember, Saturn's here, okay? Saturn moved back into Pisces. So this is your imaginations, your dreams. This is very visceral. You're like it. There's a sense of nostalgia here, okay? But it is in your 11th house of your future hopes, wishes, and long-term goals, commitments, dreams. And remember, Saturn's conjuncting Neptune. So Saturn's building out the reality for your dreams. Thursday, the 23rd, you have the sun moving into Scorpio. We move into Scorpio season. Remember, Mars and Mercury are conjuncting, but nonetheless, they're in Scorpio. You have a stellium in Scorpio in your 7th house of relationships and marriage and contracts. For the next 4 weeks, that will be your focus, okay? And this will be, remember, there is an intensity. It's it's passion, right? But there's also a sense of your transformation, okay? Being real with yourself, okay? This is, when I say transformation, big changes, okay? You can cue AC/DC, Gloria Estefan, whoever you want. Remember, when I say this can be a very emotional time for you, remember, it is Scorpio energy, but you have to direct that energy because emotions are neutral. I've talked about this. A thought without intense emotions, feelings, any of that, it has no value, no meaning, right? No power to engage your neural pathways. Yeah, I'm bringing in science. Literally. And I always say, match the frequency of the reality you want, and you can't help but get that reality. So yes, emotions, they are neutral. It's the energy that you apply toward your emotions that put them in motion. Emotion, emotere, energy in motion. So that's what gives you power. It gives you experience and hopes and dreams. It allows you to create that high frequency, that reality that you're seeking for yourself, that reality that you deserve. So that's why I always say vibrate at that high frequency. You are putting that energy into emotions on a high frequency of joy and compassion, enlightenment, okay? And I say that because you will have Jupiter square Chiron this day. All right. So some healing. Anyway, the 24th, we'll talk about your weekly forecast, the Sun square Pluto. You are going to feel this. Remember, Scorpio has the stinger. Okay. This is power struggles. It can be a little bit of like extremity here, a little bit of a come at me, bro energy. but it can be burnout energy. And remember, Pluto is in your 10th house of career. All right. Sun in Scorpio, your 7th house of partnership. So there's something here where there's not seeing eye to eye. All right. But also you getting involved in an argument or whatnot that just goes on for so long. It's taking all your energy. Don't fall for that. Okay. Remember, even Mars in Scorpio still can be a little holding on to grudges, a little grudgy. All right. Remember, you're on a karmic journey, creating a new reality through your transformation, knowing everything has ripple effects, right? So create the future you deserve and don't let anyone take your power. Don't let anyone pull you into low energy frequency. Remember what I always say, pull them out of theirs. Okay. That's karma. That's the greater good. Give someone a compliment this day. That's how you use this aspect, okay? Give someone a small smile. You see? All right? But also let things come to the surface. There's a lot of truths coming out. Fixed signs. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius will feel this the most. 0 to 2 degrees in your chart in any of those signs. Stay frosty. Be cool. You will feel it the most. Now, the last week, Monday, the 27th. And when we get to this week, we're going to go deep. Mars trine Jupiter. Yeah, happens once a year. One of the best aspects. One of the best days of 2025. All right. And remember, you basically have Mercury with Mars still. And this, you're going to start feeling about the 24th. Okay. Until the end of the month. And when I say one of the best days of the year, I'm not even joking. When you got Mars trine Jupiter, there you go. There you go. Okay. So a lot of y'all getting married. Congratulations. You got Mars in your 7th, right? You got Jupiter in your 3rd. There's some binding agreement. There's some contracts being signed. This is just really amazing. Okay. With Mars in its domicile in Scorpio, Jupiter exalted in Cancer. This is one of the best aspects. All right. This is so great. Luck, expansion, wisdom, good fortune. It's the holy grail of the month, especially when it comes to investments too. And again, like your relationships, even home and families thrown in here. And we have another golden triangle, Mars in Scorpio, trine Jupiter in Cancer, and trine Saturn in Pisces. What? Speaking of which, Mars trine Saturn, that's going to perfect on Wednesday, the 29th. But you will feel that days before, days after. You see Mercury will trine Neptune too. Neptune's back in Pisces. And of course, on top of that, Mars trine Jupiter. I mean, so you have this grand water trine with Mars trine Jupiter and Saturn, and Jupiter trine Saturn. Saturn's in your 11th house of your future dreams and hopes and wishes and goals. You got Mars. I mean, there's so much happening here for you that's enormously auspicious, packed with optimism. It's Jupiter and expansion and structure and stability for the long term to your goals and your commitments. Okay. We haven't seen this in 12 years. We haven't seen it in 12 years. So use this. Please use this. This is absolutely amazing. Yeah. Okay. Let's get started. You listen, Taurus. I spent a lot of time with you. Let me see. I spent a lot of time with you, Taurus. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you, Taurus, for October 2025. But it really is a big month for you. All right, Taurus. Okay. And by the way, Mercury will move into Sagittarius. Yeah, at the end of the month. We'll talk about it when we get to the weekly forecast. But anyway, you're moving into like deep, like really building relationships, deepening relationships, really focusing on investments. Yeah, financially, but also like investments for your future. I do a traditional cult across spread, offers the best overview, Taurus. If we need to pull, especially for a monthly reading, if we need to pull clarifiers, you know we will. Secondly, Taurus, y'all are amazing. My hair's down today. How much time we got here? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get started. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, look, I did an extra card for you. You got a little bonus card. Well, yeah, you're good. Okay. So, but we need to talk. Taurus, Ace of Wands. So right off the bat, I feel, look, you're getting something. You know it, right? A lot of y'all have already moved into it based on what happened in September. So y'all moved into this new energy, which has been really amazing with that new moon solar eclipse. Ace of Wands, new opportunity, new beginnings. And it's the biggest wand in the deck. I mean, you see the leaf sprouting from the wand here. The hand of spirit offering you this. And this can be work related, but it really is at the end of the day, what are you passionate about? What do you feel in your bones? There's something already opening up for you. Okay. So this is really special. Now, you did get the Seven of Swords in the heart of your spread. So remember, this is Scorpio energy. Like I said, Mercury in Scorpio conjuncting Mars in Scorpio. What did I say? That can be a little bit of truth, internet sleuth, detective work. Okay. But you got to be real with yourself. Okay. And circumstances that you're in, are you letting things just kind of go, slip by? This card is highly associated with like disloyalty, dishonesty, deceit, lying, cheating, stealing. What are you doing, Taurus? Yeah? Are you the one who took the cookie from the cookie jar? Because there is a lot of intensity to this month. All right. October is always an intense month for Tauruses. Well, I would say you can handle it, but okay? So you got to be honest with yourself about a situation. If you feel that someone is doing like a partnership, relationship, something a little, Machiavellian or sneaky, or maybe it's you. There you go. Okay. The other thing is, what did I say? A lot of truths are going to come to the surface. What are you holding in? What does your partner have to know? Okay. The other thing is, remember, career is a big thing for you this month. Yeah. With Pluto awake in your 10th house of career and Libra season, a new moon in your 6th house of work. And this card is actually attributed to moon in Aquarius. So it is an Aquarius card. So there may be something here where you have to think about in terms of career. Are you being honest with yourself about a path or a colleague, something that you want to do? Are you doing something at work where you're, you empty out the, basket of peppermints, put in your purse? What are you doing? Right? But just be honest with yourself. Now, here's the other thing. Death in your challenge area. Death, one of my favorite cards. In your challenge area, two things are happening here. Yeah. This is a card of transformation. Death is attributed to Scorpio. So, there may be something where you are resisting some change. Not this month. Remember, this is your deep transformation. Okay. The second thing is there may be something here where it's a little bit of, there's someone involved here. Are we seeing eye to eye about what's next for us? Okay. We got to be on the same path if we're going to be on the same path. All right. Now, when I say partnerships is going to be the biggest theme for you this month, that's October. That's Scorpio season for you. There you go. Lovers, okay, and your crown. You got an archangel up here. You got partnerships on your mind. You got partnership. You're moving into this like really, really just laser focused on how am I going to make this work, or how do we evolve, or what? We're already in a new stage in our life. How do we work with this? Let's be honest with each other, right? So there's depth with the Lover's card. And then you got the Wheel of Fortune and the Root of your spread. So things are changing. Like, as we speak, you are going to be feeling winds of change. This is, first of all, a 10, when 0 equals 1, new beginning, right? And then you also have, it's a Wheel of Fortune attributed to Jupiter. So the fact that, and we'll talk about it when we get to weekly forecasts, a lot of nodal shifts, a lot of nodal activity, the North Node, the South Node, Rahu, Ketu, There's going to be changes, fated changes. That's what this is. There's fated opportunities, new beginnings, new paths. Maybe you're not sure of the direction yet. Oh, you will know once you trust you. Okay? I think that a lot of things do have to come out because you do have that Knight of Swords in your future, which is really great. It's almost like once you have that moment of clarity and get on track, it's just no more bottlenecks, no more roadblocks. Look at the fire under his feet, right? He's moving into the storm. This is courage. It's bold. But again, just remember, with Mars and Mercury together, and especially when you move into, Scorpio season, that can be a little strong, all right? There is an intensity there. And you can see he's got some intensity, speed, and can be a little impulsive. You got to use this the right way, but that's got to be fixed first. I'll even clarify that. That Seven of Swords, don't. So you got the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something, it almost feels like there's something here where it's almost like there's a new path, a new journey, and there may be a little bit of like, what is it like? What is that movie with Julia Roberts? Like she jumped on that FedEx truck to not get married. The Proposal. It's a little bit of like that. Just be honest. Just be honest, okay? In this situation, your life is going to be changing significantly, all right? And then you got that Ten of Pentacles, which is legacy. This is a card of success. It's Pentacles raining from the heavens in the form of the Tree of Life. This is a whole other dimension, by the way. This is the Ten of Pentacles. It's like you coming into your physical realm and having this moment of clarity where it's like, I appreciate everything that I have in my life. Couple, family, 3 generations of family, abundance, harvest, huge home, all these big themes that you're moving into, especially with, that new moon solar eclipse that was in your 5th. A lot of y'all may have gotten married. A lot of y'all are going to be getting married, getting proposed to, things like that. But also new jobs, launching your own businesses. There's legal matters. Like there's so much happening for you. You're good. Okay, let's see what's going on with your stuff. Taurus, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. I really want to hear from you. I've never just this config. There's so many things happening for you this month where I'm just like, I really want to see what's going on with Tauruses because I know the type of years that they had with, but you're coming out of it. Let me remind you, Taurus, okay? In November, Uranus moves back into your sign. I love y'all. All right. So, you're good. Just be honest with yourself. You got that 5 of Pentacles here. Listen, it's that when you got Venus conjuncting the South Node in the beginning of the month, there may be something there where it is the end of a relationship or maybe even changing some terms in a relationship. Remember, it can be career. It can be your best friend, Patty, whoever. 5 of Pentacles, these two people are focusing on their plight. They have this, refusal to see. They're literally outside of the church. So remember, don't be hard on yourself, but there is this element of what is weighing you down. Yeah. And it could be just like, maybe there's one conversation you need to have with your partner and you haven't been doing it, or maybe there's just something, right? But that's all it is. Okay. 5 of Pentacles is also like, are you feeling like you're holding someone back? Okay. Or the other way around. And again, you have a lot of career stuff. I would not be surprised if there's something here with a colleague or your intern or whatnot. But yes, there may be some money matters on your mind. Pentacles are a physical reality too. But there you go. 2 of Swords. You've got to be honest with yourself. And for a lot of y'all, it almost feels like there's got to be clear communication with whoever is your partner. Okay? Whoever you're thinking about, because the Two of Swords, by the way, could be a Libra or Libra rising, Libra moon, but because this card is attributed to Moon and Libra, and you see that she has her, you know, back turned not only to the moon, but to the sea too. Yeah. So there's someone that's sitting, they're still a little bit like, what do I do? But they're not going within. Okay. They need to trust their intuition. You got this card last time, I think, now that I think about it. And what did I say? Moon and Libra. So it has to do with something with partnerships, relationships. It can be career, but there is also, when I see what's happening here, actually, there may be something ending, to be honest, for something new. Okay. And when I say that, yes, it can be the end of a relationship or a new relationship, but it could be a phase. And again, there's still a little bit of like, we're a little, this new era we're moving into together, but communicate. Now, you have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, that's great. That's standing up for yourself, okay? But also, at the same time, don't push people away. Knight of Pentacles, and your final outcome, you're going to be good. You're going to be fine. This is a night. Nights are all about action, drive. They all have a purpose. They all have a mission. And he just wants to, you see, he's sown his seeds. This is the biggest field in tarot. He's planted his seeds, and you can plant as many seeds as you want. Going to reap his rewards. Doesn't matter how long it takes. That's with Saturn activated all month. Remember the long term, okay? Long-term goals, long-term stability, especially with finances, your physical world, career, jobs, relationships. Pentacles are your physical reality. So anything that you're investing your time into, but also willing to invest your time and energy into, you're going to be good. Let's see this bonus card. What'd you get? You got, yeah. You got the Eight of Cups. So there is something here where you've got, it just feels like you know that there's something you've got to do. You've got to do it. You got to move forward from a situation. We can't sit on it anymore. We can't be looking back anymore. We're moving into this prosperous new era. You got to let something go. Okay. And it can be, remember, a very emotionally moving month, but also an emotional month. But where are you directing that energy, right? You do see an eclipse happening in that card. That's not a light card. It could be a very bittersweet thing. We've got to move on from this, whatever this is. Yeah. Even if there was someone that did something or you did something and there's y'all didn't really talk about it. Y'all got to talk about it. You got to talk about it. All right. Let's see. Okay. The first week. Oh my gosh. This is going to be the longest one, Taurus. All right. The first week, the biggest thing would be, Venus conjuncting the South Node for you. Okay. Keep that in mind. Mercury moves into Scorpio as well. And we have that full moon in Aries, which for you, sure, not the biggest thing. I think the biggest thing for you would be Venus sextile Jupiter and Venus opposite Saturn. All right. Especially Venus opposite Saturn. Let's see what's going on for you for the first week of October. There's your moment, okay? There's your huge moment of clarity, spiritual awakening, right? There's something here where it's like that wake-up call. That's what's happening here with judgment. You got an archangel blowing the trumpet. The dead are arising. That's how strong this moment is for you to just, this spiritual awakening, okay? Remember, Uranus is going to be very active. So I love that for you. There could be something that you needed to see. Now, second week, Venus moves into Libra. Pluto goes direct. You got Venus trine Uranus, trine Pluto. You got that grand trine. There's a lot. Honestly, there's just too much happening. But Mercury conjunct Mars may be the biggest thing for you, okay? That is in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, and you're just going to feel it the rest of the month. Let's see what's going on for you for the second week of October. Congratulations. That's what I was going to say earlier. It almost feels like there is a little bit of trepidation with a commitment, okay? Committing to something. And maybe it is for the long term. Yeah. But that's why you got to go within, trust your intuition. That's all part of your transformation, part of your brand new era. It could be on the other person side too, okay? Just letting you know. But justice, yeah? Amazing. So, again, congratulations, a lot of y'all getting married, or there's something happening where you're signing something. Justice, highly associated with karma, all right? So remember, karmic activations all month long, but justice is also attributed to Libra, partnerships and relationships. Let's see what's, and yeah, actions have consequences. I told you about ripple effects, okay? But inaction, right, has consequences too. Third week, you've got the new moon in Libra, and then there's so much. We're moving into Scorpio season, and we have the Sun square Pluto. Let's see what's going on for you the third week of October. You're so good. It's just like, don't doubt yourself. Trust your intuition. You got the Magician. There you go. Okay. As above, so below. I mean, you got literally, you got Justice and the Magician, right? They're same position, hand of the sky, hand of the ground. Like, you got this, okay? You create your reality. That's what I'm saying. You're good. And he's got all this is the beginning of your journey with this new moon in Libra. So again, a wink and nod to relationships, partnerships, contracts. Last week, you've got this you got everything. Mars trine Jupiter, Jupiter trine Saturn, but you've got Mercury trine Neptune, Mars trine Saturn. There's so much happening. Let's see what's going on for you the last week, okay? Of October. There you go. Your brand new world. Look at you standing up. You ready to go. You're ready to go. That's good. I like that. Because there is this sense of like, okay, yeah, sure, a little bit of this, but moving forward on this new journey, justice has been served. I had my moment of clarity, this spiritual awakening. I'm making things happen. This is basically, I mean, like when you talk about Mars conjuncting Mercury. Anyway, you're good. You got the Wheel of Fortune. You're good. You're great. Okay. Just be honest with yourself about something. Yeah. There may be someone that is waiting for you to be, or it may be vice versa. Either way, big partnership energy. Taurus. Okay, second spread. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna look at love, career, a couple other things. Anyway, tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. And did I even say thank you? Thank you all for who've joined Great Awakener. Everything's in the description box. This would be the last month of the discount, up to 75% off. It's all there. Everything's there. Thank you all for who have joined. And it is October where I do launch the big super secret thing that I've been working on. The AI, you're going to love it. Okay. So, next week, we'll go deeper in the aspects. Taurus, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much. I'll see you next week. Oh my gosh, this is long. All right. Bye-bye.